you want to get on to relegation battle anyway, mate?
Yeah, I don't know if you want to... We're just going to talk about Spurs in this relegation fight. Do you want to touch on and start with that Man United game, which was an interesting one, wasn't it?
Well, do you want to talk about Romero as well? Just a clip farm a minute.
Just a clip farm?
Yeah, just a clip farm for a hot
I'll start with your thoughts. I don't know what you think, actually. I've not spoken to you about this.
What, for Romero?
Romero, yeah.
I think he's an hothead.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And there's a lot said about it as well. It's like, oh, I feel like people come out and try and defend footballers a bit too much and it gets a bit weird. Like, every single time this bloke's on telly, he gets sent off, it feels like. It's like a casual viewer, which I think I am at Premier League. I'm not like a fucking diehard watcher. I am a watcher of the Premier League. When I watch Tottenham, when they're on telly, Romero seems to have a stinker or do something rash or stupid or be miles out of position or snap somebody in half. It feels like it's all the time. And it probably don't help him like that it is on telly, so people's fans' perceptions of him are differently.
Yeah.
And he might not be like that all the time. At 3 o'clock kickoffs, he might be best player ever. And Tottenham fans will know that more than I will. But I think he's just such an hothead. And I do not think, and this is going to go down, well, I know it is, I don't think he's good enough for someone like Tottenham when you like that.
What?
I don't think he's good enough for someone like Tottenham. Van der Ven is a lot better than him and can actually keep his composure and not get sent off every 3 weeks.
I agree with what you're saying about his temperament, it seems like, and not leading, but he's definitely good enough for Spurs. He's probably too good for Spurs.
But does that not come into it, though?
I think he's too good for Spurs and his quality. His actual defending, his ability.
But if he were actually that good, he'd have gone somewhere else before.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's the main argument for him not being world-class and not being that level. I think he's better than Van der Ven if they played their best game.
Disagree.
I think Van der Ven's physical attributes stand off the page. I know what you mean about Romero's discipline, though. How far does that take you down?
Exactly. I feel like, well, availability is the best ability, isn't it?
Everyone talks about Reece James for years. He can't be world-class because he's never fit.
All right, I'm in the same group as you, mate. I've seen the message. What Ollie said. I've seen the message. Whereas
I've not seen that.
All right, where Reece James has got more red cards, I think, than Romero in his time or something like that.
That's nothing to do with what I was just saying.
All right, sorry. I shut up then.
I was on about Reece James obviously not being fit and people not calling him world-class because he's never available. Romero, what's that, 5 or 6 red cards now? Can you call him world-class if he's missing these big games and
I don't think
these
he is
crucial
anyway.
moments he's letting the team down? That's what it is. He's the captain. And also Spurs were in that game. Absolutely in that game. They could nick something.
He's got 10 yellow cards in 21 games in league and 2 reds this season.
10 yellow cards?
He's got 10 yellow cards in 21 games. Every other game he's getting a yellow card.
Right. Yeah.
It's just... And then you've got to change how you defend, obviously. I know he's a centre-half, so you're not going to be like going up one-on-one as you would as a full-back. But still, if you're on a yellow card every other week, teams and players are just going to target you. Especially ones that can buy a foul. And obviously Man United are biggest cheats going. So it wouldn't surprise me if they fought before a game, if a bit of the meeting is like, get on Romero, stand on his toes a little bit, give him something, and he will get sent off.
Agitate him a bit.
Yeah, just rile him up. It works constantly.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I think Van der Ven is a lot better than him. Ultimately, I think Tottenham's defence is crap anyway, hence why I said that 𝗕𝗏𝗏𝗂 is the best player, which went down like a lead balloon anyway.
Mental.
It'll be a good conversation when we get to the worst player for Tottenham.
Yeah, it will.
Later on.
We might talk about that player exactly. But
what? No way.
I'm deadly serious. On Romero, I think it's an example thing. He's one of the senior players. He's the captain.
Yeah.
If it was Gallagher doing that, like, I don't know, but you meant to lead by example here. You've got 𝗕𝗏𝗄𝗃 stood behind him. Did you see his face? It was like, oh my God, you're joking.
Again.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Young player Udogie and Sarr in front as well. Don't help these players. An injury-ridden team as well. You need your best players to stay fit and stay available. It's one thing they've done injured. Another thing, purposefully, I'm not saying purposely got a red card, but you know what you're doing there. 3 games as well.
Do you
4
think,
games?
So,
3?
You know, it'll be 3, I think.
Yeah.
In terms of where you draw a line at teams that could get relegated then, the time we're recording this, obviously there's midweek games, so it might change depending on when you're listening, but this is going out as a video on the Tuesday. Tottenham are in 15th on 29, and then you've got Brighton and Palace and Newcastle on that above it. I thought Newcastle were Palace even were in trouble, but that win away at Brighton sort of pushed me away from that now. Do you think Tottenham are genuinely in a relegation battle?
Absolutely, yeah.
With Leeds, Forest, West Ham, Burnley? Is that what you're looking at?
Well, I think so. Well, I think Leeds are in the battle, so I think Tottenham are as well, to be fair. They're both on 29 points.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. Ultimately, it's a prediction, right? Nothing happened yet, so I'm not wrong. They're 6 points off relegation. They're absolutely in a battle.
So would you write off Brighton upwards then?
I think
currently 7 points, 8 points at least in front.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's mad how it changes, though. Like, changes instantly.
I thought Palace were in trouble, yeah.
If Palace got beat, you're saying that Palace would be in relegation for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, therefore. So you're looking at, would you even class Burnley in this battle? Are Burnley dead? They're 11 points off in the crap.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Burnley is shit.
Yeah.
So Burnley and Wolves are gone. So it's one of West Ham, Nottingham Forest, Leeds and Tottenham. Do you think there's a genuine chance? Also, another thing, Tottenham have got Europe obviously. Forest have got Europe. Does that play well for Leeds and West Ham?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Well, probably the better two teams there recently anyway.
Yeah, it does. It does. I think all their squads aren't great. I think Tottenham's squad, through injuries, isn't very good. I don't rate Forest's window just gone. I don't think they've really strengthened. I think actually that's a sign of where they want to go with Dyche, to be fair. We'll talk about Dyche later, I'm sure, but the lack of intent there, I think they know they're going to maybe cut ties and just reevaluate. Leeds, I said last week, I don't think their squad's too great. I don't think it's massive.
Leeds have got one of the weakest squads, but I know you laughed at me last week and you've laughed at me a few times, but the home thing for Leeds
I've not laughed yet.
is huge.
I really agree, but I think that can't be the only thing here.
They're quite poor away, though, Leeds.
Well,
they don't win loads and loads of games. I do think it is like... It might be a bit of a conspiracy, but if they were playing at 3 o'clock on Saturdays at home, I think they'd lose a lot more than they did. Whereas if it's under Leeds, under #Leeds, then they win a few more games because the atmosphere's up for it.
What do you think? Let's talk about Leeds for a bit, because I mean, I got a bit of stick online from Leeds fans, which I entirely get. If I'm saying your team's going to go down when you're 6 points off the drift, from the drift. I mean, listen, if they don't beat Forest, we're probably sat here going, "Oh, it's 3 points now," and it's like it can change so fast. There's 13 games left. I just think down to their squad, they've not got the biggest of squads. Maybe not the best, but the biggest, the sheer size of it. Like how many first team players have got in there who are going to feature week in, week out? I don't think there's not too many subs there to talk
about.
Right?
No, they've not got as big a squad as especially like Tottenham and Forest. Definitely not.
West Ham obviously chucked a bit of money at it in the window just gone.
I think out of them 4 teams that we're looking at there, I think West Ham are probably playing best.
So that was my point in terms of Leeds. So maybe I went too far. Maybe Forest were the team I should have brought down there. But my point was West Ham are going to stay up. That is what I think. I think they're on the trajectory. If they keep playing like this, the gap's going to widen. West Ham are going to overtake someone at this rate. They're playing some good stuff. Yeah, maybe I should have gone with the Forest shout. But I certainly think it'll be close between them 3 teams.
So you think Tottenham will be fine then?
I do think Tottenham will be fine, yeah. Being in a relegation fight doesn't mean I think you're going down.
But in the last 15 games, apart from a decent start that Tottenham had, the last 15 games were a bottom 3 team.
Right,
Tottenham.
yeah.
They are poor. And they've got Europe to contend with as well, which they actually did quite well in, which is even more ridiculous, that they could finish in top 8, Tottenham, but be bottom 6 in Premier League. So Tottenham have got Europe that they might do all right in. Forest have got Europe that you expect them to do all right in. West Ham and Leeds are playing better at 2. So do you look at Forest and think that they're ones that's going to drop then?
I stand by what I say, but I would say so.
So you're now swapping from Leeds to Forest?
No, I'm not. I can't swap on the basis of one game. No, there's 13 games left.
And also, Leeds' next few are very tough. They've got Chelsea away, then Villa away, then Man City, then Sunderland.
Yeah. I mean, I'll put it like this to Leeds fans, perhaps, or even Spurs fans on the same points. They're 6 points off relegation now. Arsenal are 6 points off Man City. Is that league done? Have Arsenal won the league?
It's
of
different.
Course not. No, but it's a point difference, right? Over 13 games. So much can happen. 2 wins shakes the whole thing up. I think
it does, but I think it's a lot harder to close a gap at top than it is at bottom. A lot harder.
Yes, no, I agree with that. I do agree with that, in fairness. Should we talk about Leeds fixtures?
The next few we just said are very, very hard.
Yeah, Chelsea away, Villa away, City at home.
If they go 0 from 9 on the next 3 games, and other teams are doing all right, they might be at bottom 3 after Leeds have been really, really good for ages.
Yeah, but Leeds massive positive comes. They've got Wolves at home, Burnley at home.
Yeah, that's what Leeds have got. And again, going back to the home thing, the home fixtures that they've still got, like you've just said there, are ones that you look at and think they might win some of them. And I think how many points do they need from now? Maybe another 9 points might be enough for them. They've got Sunderland at home, Brentford at home, Wolves at home, Burnley at home, Brighton at home. Do you know what I mean? They go away to Tottenham and West Ham, the places that you could definitely get something. And then their last 6 games, Leeds, are Wolves, Bournemouth, Burnley, Tottenham, Brighton, West Ham. If they're out of it by the time they start them fixtures, then I think they'll stay up anyway. And I'm fairly confident that they will anyway. I think that second best side out are all them barring West Ham at minute. I do think all roads lead to Forest at minute.
The thing with Leeds, I'd say as well, is I think they are so good at gathering momentum. We've seen it already this year.
Yeah.
When it's going right, it's really going right with Leeds. Could that be said the same the other way around? When it's going wrong, is it really going wrong with Leeds at times? You know more than me. You watch them more than me.
I think they should have a lot more points than they have. I think they should have won a lot more games than they have.
But from the Tottenham game this year where they got beat, I feel like they only won like 1 game in the next 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, they don't
late
win
2025.
loads. They don't win a lot of games, but they don't lose many now. It's thing. They got absolutely annihilated of Arsenal. They lost in last minute against Newcastle. But other than that, you're going to Man City away when they lost 3-2, and that's in November. They've lost 2 games since November.
Yeah, that is unreal.
That's really, really good. And it's to Arsenal and a last kick at game to Newcastle.
Yeah.
Like they are performing Leeds really like a mid-table Prem side.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, to be fair, the last few games, this is what West Ham have got over a lot of them. At the last 5 games, all comps, West Ham have won 4 of them. They're winning a lot more games. They're not. Yeah, they've had a few, or they had a really, really tough run where they didn't win for ages. But they're winning a lot of games, West Ham.
Yeah.
And I'd much rather win 1, lose 1 than draw 2. Do you know what I mean? Get 3 points.
I mean, we could be talking about an exciting final game of the season
I hope so.
where West Ham play Leeds. Again, it's so close, this. It
I'd
really
go.
is. So, Forest. Should we talk about Forest? I mean, obviously, you mentioned Europe.
Yeah.
I don't particularly rate their squad, in my opinion. I think
Neither do I.
later on we're doing their worst player. I think you could have chosen from a big pool of players, to be fair,
Oh, they're not like that one.
with Forest.
They're not like that one at all.
No, I'm not saying they're all bad. I'm saying
You're saying they're all crap.
the bottom group are very close to each other, and the top group are very close to each other, for me.
Who do you think their best player is?
Anderson by a country mile.
Yeah.
It's not Gibbs White.
No, I'm gonna. Yeah, I think he's probably been poor this year. To be honest, I think
Yeah.
a lot of them have, but he's been pants.
Maybe not poor, but in terms of when they needed him, you look at a player like Gibbs White to maybe drag you up and get a few points on his own.
Oh,
he's
he's going
done
to score now. The next game's Wolves.
Oh, yeah,
He'll
absolutely.
score.
Yeah,
He'll score
absolutely.
in that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, Forest running's quite difficult. To be fair, they've got Sunderland away, Chelsea away, Newcastle, Man United away, Bournemouth. When it comes to your run-ins, that's where I think Leeds will really kick on and get away from people. I think they'll stay up with a couple of games left. I would like it to go to the last one with West Ham, but I think Leeds will be fine by then. I do think it is sort of narrowing itself down to West Ham, Forest, and I think West Ham are much better than them.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Gun to your head right now, you have to pick one to go down. Are you still saying Leeds?
I don't know. I feel like a bit of a bottle job here backing off, but
Well, I said Palace and now they're in 13.
listen, I think
I've
Forest.
not even included them.
Yeah, I think you've put some good points forward. I would say Forest are looking the weaker of the 3 teams to go down there. West Ham will stay up. Okay, let's do it part by part. I think West Ham will stay up. I think Spurs will stay up. And I think Leeds are playing better football than Forest. I think, to be fair, therefore that means Forest might go down, in my opinion.
Could you imagine if Spurs actually go down? No. Their next couple, they've got Newcastle at home, Newcastle and Arsenal at home, then Fulham away.
Without the captain and arguably best player, Romero, in both games. Liverpool away to come. Sunderland
What's
away.
their running?
Sunderland's home record's fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, they've been really good.
Villa away. Oh
Have they
my
even lost
God.
at home,
I
Sunderland?
don't know. I don't think so. Have they?
I actually don't think they have.
I mean, that is. I know you just touched on it there. That's brutal.
They're running and all, last 3 games, Leeds at home, Chelsea away, Everton at home. And they're crap at home. Could you imagine if they go down?
Gee whiz.
Still, again, like putting me tinfoil hat on, I don't think they'd be allowed to get relegated anyway. But if they went close, it'd be funny enough.
That is nonsense what you were saying the other week.
No,
about
it's
that.
not. It's not. It wouldn't be allowed. So just to reaffirm it again, you are saying Nottingham Forest to get relegated third all.
Yeah, I think it's between Nottingham Forest and Leeds. I think West Ham are playing some good football right now, and I think Leeds are playing better football than Forest. It's like, how much has changed in a week?
Yeah, well, yeah.
If Forest beat
but
Leeds,
we've
would
not
you
even
be saying this
acknowledged Palace in this, and I thought they'd get relegated last week.
That's true.
But that one win can change your mind completely. I agree with you now. I think Forest will be ones that go.
Should we put Forest as our answer there?
Yeah, as joint answer, the 𝗕𝗏𝗏 podcast decides that the bottom 3 will be Wolves, Burnley, and Nottingham Forest.
Is there a way in which Wolves overtake Burnley? I think there is,
Yeah.
but I don't think Wolves are playing some great football, you know.
No, they went through a little bit of a spell where they're looking a little bit better, but then they've sort of asset stripped a little bit in Jan to prepare for Champ Panther. Selling John
Yeah.
Larson for that, bringing in Adam Armstrong's a bit crazy.
Was that run from like Man United to Newcastle a bit of a fake? You know?
Maybe. But Burnley also, how many games have Burnley even won all year? They've won 3 games all year. They've not won Burnley since October. Jesus.
Yeah.
They are so unbelievably bad. Yeah, I think Burnley finished last, then Wolves and Forest.
Yeah. Who
Never
do, you
mind.
think, who do you think have a better team, Wolves or Burnley?
Now,
Or better squad?
ugh,
It's so close, isn't it?
Mid-table champ fodder.
I think Wolves' best players are better than Burnley's, but I think,
Yeah, but I think
Burnley are the
Burnley's
best squad.
squad's better now.
Yeah. Did you see that? Them penalties that Palmer got. That's the easiest hat trick of all time, by the way. Against Wolves.
That's the only game I've actually seen highlights
Well, you
from.
didn't miss much.
Chelsea.
Clumsy. I think that's a theme of a lot of things. Like West Ham have 3 clumsy defenders. Wolves have a few as well.
Well, speaking of West Ham, one of their defenders is actually who I think is their worst player. Just a little teaser.
Have you just segued
next
that
bit.
right there?
I think I
I
have.
love that.
Thank you very much for watching.